The title of this one says it all. I think shareholders have a conflict of interest in the boardroom. To illustrate, I'll use a slightly different example. In a credit union, as with any other cooperative, board members must also be credit union members. In other words, board members must also be owners and customers of the credit union. That means that every credit union director walks into the boardroom wearing at least 3 hats: their director hat, their member hat, and their human being with their own interests, beliefs, and personality hat. So if I'm a credit union director and the board needs to decide whether we're going to close the branch around the corner from my home, I have an obvious conflict. This issue is equally obvious for, say, elected officials sitting on government agency boards, or CEOs sitting on trade association boards, and so on. Sure, they technically represent the interests of the organization's main stakeholders, but in doing so, they're inherently conflicted. So my argument is that being a shareholder of a company and sitting on its board presents the exact same problem. There will always be the potential for me to say, sure, I see how it's good for shareholders in general, but it's not all that good for me right now. This is a super weird problem because we'll never be able to identify every single one of every single director's actual potential or perceived conflicts of interest. But do you have the guts to talk about them and manage them when the conflicts reveal themselves?